Hello, and welcome to Tailored Talk. So, Becky, Amber's abused, manipulated, downtrodden, bullied ex, has released a video, maybe just talking about her life. I'm going to react to it today and see what Becky has had to say. This is the first time that she's been on her channel in a good while, and we know from her community posts that she's been through a lot. So let's put this to the beginning and let's take a look.
Hey everybody. It's been a long time. Having some anxiety today. I've been gone for a while and I was working a lot. Like, from the last time I'd uploaded my video, I was pulling like 16-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts.
That's crazy.
And it was like back to back. So I was so tired. I didn't have time to really do anything. Time to even really live, actually.
Sounds like she's really been also stacking up the money, because I'm guessing that she gets paid a lot of overtime.
And January, I ended up losing my job. And my depression and anxiety had gotten so bad at that point. I went and spent 5 days on the 5th floor of the hospital, which is a psych ward.
Right. Yeah, she said that in her community posts.
That stay didn't help anything at all.
That's such a shame. I wonder why it didn't help.
So whenever I got out of that, I started immediately looking for another job instead of trying to focus on my mental health, because I was...
Yeah, because I imagine that she had quite a lot of money saved from all the shifts that she was taking. So it would be nice for her to just recover, and just maybe if she didn't like that hospital, try and seek out another hospital that suited her needs, and just allow for her body and her mind to relax from everything that's been going on, and also working so hard.
You know, I had to pay bills. So I ended up getting another job, and...
But what does that do to you mentally, if you're just going from job to job and working all these long hours?
It was the same thing, basically. I was working 6 days a week. Never really had time to do anything. Never had time to enjoy anything. And it got so, like, it was pretty bad things that happened at that job. Like, I was getting kicked in the shins every day, grabbed...
Was that by patients or...
by the throat. Yeah. So I really couldn't take it there anymore. So I quit there and came...
Who was that by? Was she working with kids? Was she working with mentally ill? Was she working with the elderly? I wonder what happened there.
Back to my old job, and it's still 16-hour shifts. I don't know, but you know, I've got to pay my bills. I've got to be able to...
Is she sharing a place? Is she living by herself? Is she living with Hannah and Rafe? Like, what's happening?
Take care of myself. But recently I just moved. I moved in with a roommate. He's a really good friend of mine. We work at the same place together. So yeah.
I hope you can trust him, Becky.
Something else happened within that time too. I bought a car in November, and they told me, we will send you your license plate and your tags in the mail. So I waited.
And she never got them, I'm guessing.
And waited. And I called them and they said, we haven't got to it. We're trying to get to it. Just give us some time. And I gave them plenty of time. Well, my temp tags ran out and I got pulled over and I was given a citation and a court date. So I was told if I paid the citation off, I wouldn't have to go to court. I went to pay the citation off, and the officer put an entirely different car on the citation. He put a 2019 Ford Escort, and that's not what I drive. And I had to call him back, and he said, I'll get it fixed. Don't worry about it.
And let me guess, helpful police officer never did.
Well, I took that as he was going to fix it all. I wouldn't have the court or anything like that. So I didn't go to court. Well, I ended up backing into my coworker at work, and we had to call the cops. And when they came, they were like, you have a bench warrant. So they had to take me in, get me fingerprinted, mug shot.
Oh my goodness. What, like arrested? Becky?
My dad got me out that day.
Oh my God.
I didn't have to go sit in a cell or anything. My dad was there before I got there, actually.
Oh, fantastic.
So
that looks like that really stressed her out, as it would anybody.
Me getting arrested caused me to lose my insurance.
Can you believe it?
And I still don't have my insurance, so I've been without one of my medications for a while. It's Lurisidone. I'm on 3 different antidepressants.
Oh my God. And driving as well. And going to work. And she's on all this medication.
I take Lurisidone, sertraline, and mirtazapine. And sertraline and mirtazapine is Zoloft and Remeron. I can't remember what the Lurisidone is generic for. So my anxiety and depression has been like out of control lately. And it's like, I expect almost nothing but bad things to happen. And I think that's why my anxiety is so high, because it seems...
Is that the first time that Becky's ever had a brush with the law like that? Especially with everything going on with her ongoing mental issues. And then the police officer screws up. How terrible.
That I always get the crappy end of the deal. So
that's terrible. That's a bloody trap, that is. That's so unfair.
But I've just been insanely depressed. These last few months have been just nothing but struggle after struggle after struggle. And it's about all I expect anymore. It's just a struggle. And trying to get my brain in the right mode. To just simply exist is sometimes it's just an absolute struggle. Like even with me sitting here right now talking, I'm just so anxious. And as far as talking about my ex, I don't know if I can date ever again, because I've just got so much trauma and PTSD, and coming out of that, I feel I'm ruined from being in relationships. Because
You mean being with Amber?
I haven't really been with anyone since, and whenever I would try to talk to people just to see where it would go, if it would be, friends.
Guys, I'm sorry about the volume. I don't know whether it's me or I don't know whether it's Becky.
Or anything.
I'll have a look at apathetic facts and see if their sound's obviously going to be better, but is Becky low or is it my computer's low? I don't know.
More than that, I would slowly stop talking to them. And I feel awful for doing it. But I'm terrified. I'm so scared that I'm not enough.
This is what Amber does to people. Slowly breaks them down until they've got like no self-esteem left. I mean, thank God Wifey is different, but Wifey was a scammer. Becky genuinely went into that relationship looking for love and acceptance from Amber, in my opinion.
And what I bring to the table isn't what anyone would want. I've been trying to work on like self-love and stuff, but it's been so difficult, so hard. And then it's, looking at the world, and the world is going to crap, and it doesn't seem like anything is getting better. And I'm terrified. Like, within the next few years, it's not even going to be possible for anyone to survive, basically. But, I mean, I just feel like I gave everything that I had.
But she did give everything that she had to Amber. Her time, her commitment, her family, gave Amber her friends. And Amber was just so ungrateful because she never really loved her.
I don't have anything else to give.
And you know what? Losing Becky was Amber's worst decision. And I think with Wifey leaving, I think Amber is really starting to realise that she should have tried for Becky.
Anymore.
Because Becky genuinely loved her, whereas Wifey was using her.
Because, when you're taking care of someone 24/7, you sort of lose yourself. You lose bits and pieces of yourself trying to give to everyone else. And in that point in my life, I was isolated from a lot of people most of the time. And
doesn't that sound familiar? Wasn't Destiny isolated also? And Amber freaked out every time she wanted to meet her mother or her friends. It's the same pattern, the same abusive pattern.
It really hurts some relationships. I have regrets with my mom that I'm never going to be able to fix, and it kills me. But I've been pulling away from everybody. My sisters.
What about Ricky and Eric?
My friends. Things were hard before between me and my dad, but now it's like I'm not close with my dad like I wish I was. And he don't know anything about me. He don't really know anything about my life. And that's the way he wants it. I
That's so sad.
just feel like if he knew who I, like, if he really knew who I was, he would hate me.
Why? Is Becky going to any kind of therapy for this?
For just $67, you can make as many videos as you want, and you never need to pick up a camera or use any fancy editing software.
So yeah, I'm really struggling. I've been struggling for the last few months. Constant anxiety 24/7, like I can't get a deep enough breath. I take medicine for it, and the dose was just up like 2 weeks ago. But I don't know if it's really helping, or if, my anxiety is based on situational, because it could be.
Your anxiety is based on Amber.
But I'm trying
Amber-based anxiety.
to get back on my feet right now. I really am. It was just, it's just a lot to try to get through. And I miss YouTube. I miss doing YouTube. I miss having fun with it.
But Becky, don't feel like any pressure to come back. Your fans care about you, and they want you to come back only when you're ready to come back.
It's just so hard to find time. So hard to find time whenever you're constantly running and going for work and for other people. And you never really give yourself a moment's peace. I'm really trying. I'm really trying to come back from this, and it's extremely hard. And it's like the only thing I can really give myself is that I've not given up yet. Though I've wanted to.
Becky, you're so young, and this sounds corny, but you do have your whole life ahead of you.
This whole health scare with my thyroid, where I've lost my insurance, I've not been able to get my scans. So, and I've been hurting a lot and through here, like it's sore, it hurts to swallow sometimes, my throat's a little sore. So yeah, I'm worried about it. And, a messed up thyroid can also mess with your depression and your energy and all kinds of stuff. My sister just had her thyroid taken out. My great aunt's exploded on her like a month ago. So thyroid problems run rampant in my family. And it's like, I've already went through renal failure. And I was losing a bunch of weight. I was doing so good. And I was on this medicine called Ozempic. And
oh wow, she was on Ozempic like Amber was, and then Amber gave it up. How did she do? Did she vlog any of that?
I was losing weight, but I wasn't eating because the thought of food made me sick and made me want to throw up. And I've known a whole bunch of other people who's been on it, and it's made them sick. And after I got over it making me sick,
I wonder what Oh Lordy It's Geordie's got to say about that, because I think he was on Ozempic for a while and it did work for him. So I'm also going to watch his video as well, obviously to find out his opinion on Becky, but also this Ozempic arc that she's talking about.
Like, yeah, my appetite was shot. I did not have an appetite, but I was losing weight on it. And it was controlling my sugar level. It was controlling my sugar level. Once all this happened, they were like, oh, if you have a possibility of thyroid cancer, then you cannot take Ozempic. So I took off that. My depression's been
Oh, I see.
so bad lately that everyone around me can tell. I'm just really quiet and reserved, and just so scared 24/7. Existing is difficult and living is scary. But you kind of have to do both. You have to. I mean, there's really not much of a choice but to try to keep going when you don't have anything keeping you going forward. And my great niece was born recently, and she was only...
That's a positive thing.
24 weeks, and she's been struggling bad. She's been struggling, and she was born the beginning of July, and she's still in the hospital, and they're saying that she could be in the hospital up until October or November. So that's got me stressed out too. And my other sister's just really going through a lot, and I'm worried about her, and I just feel like there's not a day where I'm not worried.
Is there any therapy on the horizon, Becky? Anything that you can do to kind of cheer yourself up, like a hobby or the gaming that you used to do on your channel?
But I do want to thank everyone
Drawing that you do?
who has helped me. That fundraiser was absolutely unexpected and greatly appreciated. I was struggling. I think I had like maybe $5 in the bank.
But how is that possible when she's been working 12 and 16-hour shifts? Is this before she started working? Is this after?
And I wasn't getting paid for another 2 weeks. And I lived 40 plus minutes away from my job. I was behind on my car payment. I was so far behind on my car insurance that they canceled my policy and I had to get it reinstated. I'm still behind right now just because I just started this new job and I had to wait 3 weeks without a paycheck, and rent's due, and it's just so much stress right now. But you guys helped me out so much, and it's so appreciative. You kept me from sinking. And it makes me realize that there is good in the world. There is people who care, even when I feel like there's not. And it's like, I'm not only worried for me, I'm worried for everyone. I'm worried for all of you. I'm worried for everyone on this planet, because...
Yeah, but you can't shoulder that, Becky. You need to just focus on yourself and worry about yourself. You can't shoulder everybody else's problems. Let people deal with their own problems. You've got a lot of issues that you need to kind of forgive yourself for, and you need to get therapy for, and you need to stop, just kind of put yourself first.
We're all in trouble. And there's so many people out there who don't see it. And it's like, once the rose-colored glasses come off, you can't put them back on. You see the world.
Yeah, but I think Becky's rose-coloured glasses fell off a long time ago with Amber Lynn. Like when they first met, yes, but I think those rose-colored glasses fell off very quickly.
As it is, and you see what's going on. So I'm hoping everybody out there is trying to take care of themselves, and I know you guys are struggling as well, and it makes me worried because I don't know what to do. I wish I could do something. I wish I could help everyone, but I can barely help myself right now. But I do appreciate everyone who has stuck around hoping for me to come back. I will try to do what I can. I will try to upload when I can, and I'll try to make it entertaining.
But don't rush yourself, Becky. If people have to wait a few months for another video, then so be it. People want to see you in top form, and if that takes months or even like a year, then just take time out. YouTube is not a priority right now.
But it's been a really hard year and a half. Yeah, year and a half.
And I bet Amber hasn't made it any better with threatening to take you to court.
It's been a really hard last 3 to 4 years, if we're being honest.
Yeah, all the years that you've been with Amber have been an extremely tough lesson.
You know, because in 2019, I was so messed up, so depressed, I was on so many medications that I was...
All while having to take care of a bed-bound Amber. On medications, and having to take care of Amber, who was bleeding non-stop.
A zombie. And I don't really remember a lot of it. Like, ever since then and on, it's just been nothing but horrible stuff. And I'm just waiting for the sun to shine again. I don't know when it's going to happen. But thanks to everyone who's listened and is still here watching me right now. And thank you to everyone who's been rooting for me. It means a lot. It means a lot, and it tells me that there is still hope. So thank you guys, and I will see you next time.
Okay, guys, that's the end of the video. So Becky's obviously been through a terrible time. But hopefully she's got the support of her friends and her family. Hopefully her dad will come around. But it just sounds like Becky needs a lot of therapy. I hope she makes a ton of money from this video and is able to get that God in a few days, because it's the 21st, isn't it? So in a few days she'll hopefully be able to get a lot of money that will help her with rent and bills and medical bills. She doesn't sound in a good place, but hopefully that money will help to getting her back on track, and she's got her new job. As we know, Amber obviously put her through a lot of crap, and she's still suffering, like she said, from the trauma and PTSD of not being able to trust people. It must be so terrible just being used for 4 years. And then having your ex threaten to sue you for telling the truth. So I'm glad that she got her story out there without mentioning Amber's name. Number 2, how long do you think it is before Amber posts a video saying that she's got a health scare? Her heart's bad, her lungs bad, she nearly died, she fell in a ravine and nearly got eaten by a bear. You know that the health scare is coming now that Becky has told her truth. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for listening.